Okay, so what we're doing today is we are going to do an Excel export of candidates. With every active search, every active client that we have a weekly meeting that's recurring. It's a state of the search meeting, where before that meeting, we create and send to them an Excel export of the candidates that are in their job in the various statuses that make sense for them to see, that they can look through those and get a sense, a real finger on the pulse of what's been done, what is happening, and if they see any names that are definite no, take them off the list. We can do so and skip a bunch of extra time. At the same time, if they find someone who they really like, that they happen to know the name of and they want you to pursue, it gives us that too. So I'm going to today pretend like I've got a meeting in a little bit with Kevin's Worldwide, job 492 here, and I'd like to be able to create one on them. So as you can see, I've got 102 people on the link to job status. I've got 6 people submitted to that job. So I'm going to be working from the link to job list on job 492. So the first thing I want to do is I want to filter down my link to jobs list to only include those candidates that I want them to see in an export. So I'm starting with, I said 492, and that is correct, job 492. So first I'm going to filter on job 492. So here's all candidates in 492, regardless of what status they are in the job. So then right here, I've got my status drop down, which might be in a different order on your page, or might need to be added to your link to job page, in which case you can get with me and I'll do that for you. But what I'd like to do is propose that we put in, we skip submitted, because those are people in the job that you haven't touched yet. So what we want to look at is first contact, second, third, fourth, fifth. I'm not going to touch recruiter rejected or client rejected. We could hit candidate interested. We could hit interview scheduled. We could hit even hold and hot. We could hit interview scheduled. So that'll cover everybody that is possibly in play. And then of course we filter. So that will return to us all the people in this job that are in the appropriate statuses. At this point, we've got a total of, well, it's however many we have, it's fine. You're going to hit the top square radial button on the top left. Will allow you to choose only the first X amount of the total records. Sometimes if it's more than 39, it'll only take a subset. So you want to make sure when you click that box, you look up here and see what it says, and make sure you choose select all, however many matching records. In this case, it looks like it's all selected. Still, just to make sure, I'm going to click it anyway. So everything's been selected. Now that we've got that, what you do is you go over to the 39 selected blue bar and you drop it down and you export as CSV. So then Bullhorn processes and downloads it, which is right here, down in the middle. And you can download it and save it to your desktop, save it to wherever you do on your computer. Mine shows up in my downloads folder. So then I can open it right here. It's a CSV file and it is fully ready to be looked at by me. First thing I do is I want to make sure that I am organizing this sheet and getting rid of the stuff they don't need to see. So I'm going to start by just fixing the widths so I can see. Obviously, they don't need to see that. There's a candidate name. They can look at the status. This is redundant. Certainly don't want to give them emails, added bys, the source, all of these things. This is not important. I would not leave these on. Maybe date added, but even so, I don't think I would. I'm just going to, in fact, why don't we say they only need to know the candidate name and the status of that person within the search. So here we have 41 records minus, as you noticed, made 2 headers here. Always makes 2 headers, so you can get rid of one of those headers. And here we have all of our people. You now can choose to filter this data by choosing your filter in Excel. And you will filter it to however you wish to do it. Expand the selection and sort. Now we have people by that. I'm going to try ascending because that makes a little better sense from a status standpoint. So here it is. Here's what we've got. These are the people in active status, not anybody in passive. So I would then save as, use save as, because you don't want to send it in CSV files. Some people can't read or understand those. It doesn't open very well on computers. So what you want to do is change this to an XLS format, XL 9704, XLS or XLSX. Either one will work these days, but I'll just go with being super safe and go with XLS. So I do the XLS, and then I have a certain folder on my desk, on my computer. I go to my recruiting folder where I keep all of my active engagements. I go to the appropriate person. I have something called search status spreadsheets. And then I take this one here, go to my search status, change it to today's dates of the 13th, and that'll work. And then you choose save. And it saves. So there it is.